Hi all. In today's video, we'll be talking about UID, that is the user interface design. Let's get into the details. First, let's begin with a small introduction, saying what is UID, and then what are the components of UID. We'll discuss about that, and then we'll move on to the motivation, that is the motivation needed for the user designers. And then we'll talk about the importance of user interface design, and then followed by we'll explain UID based on example. So, introduction. A user interface is the point of interaction between humans and computers. User interface design is the process of designing how these interfaces look and behave. Imagine you are using an app on your smartphone to book flights. The screen to navigate, the buttons you tap, and the forms you fill out are all part of the user interface. Okay, so these are the elements that that constitute a user interface. We have input controls, navigational elements, informational components, and containers. So, what are these input controls? So, these are interactive elements that enable a user to enter information. Input controls include things like checkboxes, buttons, text fields, and drop-down lists. This is basically what the name suggests: input controls. We're giving the input, that is, the user can give in or enter some information. Next is the navigational elements. These help the user to navigate an interface in order to complete their desired task. Some of these are search fields, sliders, and hamburger menus. Next is the informational components. These communicate useful information to the user, for example, through message boxes, notifications, and progress bars. Containers. Containers are used to group contents into meaningful sections. A container holds various elements, keeping them to a reasonable maximum width based on the user's screen size. An example of a container in UI design is the accordion menu, a vertically set list of headers that can be clicked to hide or show content. Okay, now let's talk about motivation. What motivation is needed for user interface designers? So, motivation is a crucial factor in the field of user interface design. Designers need to understand the types and mechanisms of motivation to create products that are both functionally and emotionally appealing. According to a UX Planet article, there are two major directions of how motivation evolves. Those are based on what comes from the outer world and those found inside ourselves. So let's see some of the tips that we can give a user designer. So set clear goals, stay curious, take breaks, and seek feedback. So set clear goals. What does it mean? Having a clear understanding of what you want to achieve can help you stay motivated. And then stay curious. Curiosity is a vital ingredient for creativity and innovation. Take breaks. Designing for user uh, UX or UI can be mentally and emotionally draining. So taking breaks is really important. Seek feedback. Feedback is essential for growth and improvement. Important. So how important is this user interface design? User interface design is a crucial aspect of software engineering as it is the means by which users interact with software applications. A well designed interface can improve the usability and user experience of an application, making it easier to use and more effective. According to an article by Operation Technology, creating a website is necessary for the success of any organization. Today, if a business doesn't have a website, people are hesitant to trust them for a number of reasons. Either they don't seem like a reliable company, or they're harder to get in contact with, and you're unable to get a sense of what the company stands for. That's why websites are so important. But as we all know, just having a website is not enough. You need to have a website that pulls in your target audience with captivating aesthetics so that they can convert to customers and increase your revenue. To do this, you need to focus on website design and functionality. Okay, yeah, so let's talk about an example. This is a simple project which I've taken, creating a basic intro slider where uh, three layouts have chosen, and then we are sliding through each of these. That is C++, DSC, and Java. So in the first image, you can see this is the design of first layout. On the top, we have a text field which says C++, and below that, we have an image followed by C++ self-paced course, another text field. And at the bottom, we have skip, and at the right of it, we have a arrow mark. So this is the design of the first page where we're using, okay, we are using a background color that's green, and then we have placed a text field which is we have given the font color as white, and then we have an image. So this is how the first layout is designed, and then when you slide through it, you get into DSA page. So this is the same as the before one, just that the wordings are different. Here, the text says it's DSA, and then data structures and algorithms at the bottom. And then the third, we have Java, and at the bottom, we have Java self paced courses. So, three different layouts we are using. So we have used graphical. This is nothing but an example of graphical user interface because we are using graphics that is sliding through each layout. This design is given by the XML code. So this is the XML code that we are using. This is an app. Basically, we are using this in the Android Studio. This is the example code that we're using, and then followed by we have the Java code. That's for the design as well. Again, so this is the code, and that's the design. So this is all about user interface design. Thank you.